What's going on, guys? Yes, the beard is gone. I will grow it back. Don't worry. But man, I've got a baby face right now. If I had any more of a baby's face, I'd start singing, "How come? How long?" All right, there it was. It happened. Story time, guys. Now, I'm just going to flick back for a brief moment because I want to reflect for just a second to give some full context on this video on, I guess, the last week full of videos. So we've had things such as Principal Debbie bullying the teachers. We've had the cat fights and crying at the all-female workplace. We've had the single at 50 because she's too witty and clever. If you guys haven't checked out those videos, go check them out. They're good for a laugh. But I'm going to go back to the article now. And we hear so much, all this crap about, oh, the wage gap, men are holding women back, there's the glass ceiling, you know, social constructs prevent women from achieving. No, I'll tell you what's preventing women from achieving. It's other women. Surprise, surprise. And I have it here. And I put the link to the article in the description below if you don't believe what I'm saying. 70% of women say they're victims of, and I quote, Queen Bee syndrome. And then thank you for the person who pointed that out in the comments the other day about the Queen Bee syndrome. I actually had this article lined up before you even commented that, so it looks like we're on the same page. The one thing that could be holding back your career more than sexist men. A new study has found it's not just sexist men holding women back in the workplace, but other women, with more than 2/3 of women reporting they feel bullied by female colleagues in the workplace. The research publishing in the Journal of Development and Learning Organizations reports 70% of female executives feel they've been bullied by women trying to block their professional ambitions. Queen Bee syndrome occurs when women use their social intelligence to manipulate relationships or damage colleagues' reputations, and can be the biggest hindrance to women advancing in the workplace, the study found. Queen Bee mischief manifests in ways that can have lasting negative effects on individual careers and entire organizations. Well, funny that after I did the video on the all-female workplace that completely went to shit. Writes London-based consultant and study founder Cecilia Harvey, who was motivated to conduct the research, surveying 100 female executives after experiencing such workplace bullying herself. Queen bees are women who treat colleagues in a demoralizing, undermining, or bullying manner. They are adult versions of the mean girls from school. They often prevent other talented, up-and-coming women from advancing in the workplace, she continues, citing figures suggesting 58% of bullies in the workplace are female. Who choose other women as their victims, wait for it, 90% of the time. So let me just do some simple maths here and break this down, right? So 10% of the 58% of bullies in the workplace who don't bully people, other females, are women, right? So it's 5.8%. So let's take 5.8 of 58%. We've got 52.4%. So 52.4% of bullies in the workplace are women who bully other women, right? And only so less than 50% are men. What a surprise. This type of behavior can have a negative effect on companies as a whole, resulting in reduced productivity, lower profitability, and reduced rates of employee satisfaction. Harvey suggests management needs to develop a more complex and realistic image of women, which recognizes their aggressive tendencies and forms of victimization females are more likely to use. Harvey notes this type of bullish behavior should not be confused with strong and ambitious women, but adds a new layer of complexity to the old idea that it is sexist men who hold women back. If organizations want to increase the number of women in senior roles, then they need to take account of the queen bee problem. So let's look at that in the context of those videos I mentioned before. So I did a video the other day, catfights and crying at female only workplace. That video went nuts. If you haven't seen it already, go and check it out. It perfectly sums up this queen bee syndrome, which is even worse when there's no guys around to regulate things, right? And then of course, showing the unregulated feelings of a woman who's upset about something. Bride goes nuts after guests refuse to pay $1,500 each to attend the wedding, right? After the guests won't fund her $60K wedding. And then you got Principal Debbie bullying her teachers, with over half of the entire teaching staff reaching out to the powers that be saying that they were bullied by the principal. And guess what? The majority of those teachers are women, because we all know that men have been thrown out of the teaching field by false allegations and no accountability on the part of the people who make the allegations. So, I mean, look, I get called misogynistic, I get called names by people for making videos like this, but when you actually start to look at each individual circumstance and you start putting the dots together, and here's the worst thing, right? On top of all of this, we've now got a call for all females in construction. So they want to double the amount of females working in trades. They want 50% representation in construction, right? They're wanting to legislate this, right? They're already looking to legislate, I think it was in California, that public companies who don't have a woman on their board of directors will be fined, right? So they're literally shoehorning women in because vagina, right? And when we actually look at this picture unfolding, we're like, what the fuck is happening? The only way we're going to stop this is by continually speaking out against people who are misandric, against people who are carrying on with these double standards, right? And standing up for people who stand up for against the double standards, right? Whether they're male or female, if they're standing up for our cause, why would we not support them? All right, and that goes for dudes and chicks. So, you know, it's very telling, right? That men are always blamed for the workplace sexism. We're always blamed for the pay gap. Patriarchy, the pay gap. Oh, men get paid more for the same job, right? We always get blamed for being misogynists and not promoting women. We get, you know, there's all these women's organizations that are government funded. Oh, you know, National Association for Women in this, National Association for Women that, Women's Empowerment Group, Women's Mentoring Group, Women's, right? But yet, if we have anything like that for dudes, it's like, no, you can't exclude women, right? So, I know this feminist ideology has just absolutely it's gone nuts. It is beyond ridiculous. And I really look forward to the day when everything falls apart and men have to rebuild, and the men rebuild Parliament and say, we're not letting this shit happen again. Anyway, guys, tell me what you think of this video in the comments below. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel and you like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell next to it. I'm going to put the 3 videos that I've referred to in the description below after this, so you guys can check it out. Also, check out the MGTOW the spy watch that I found in the description below. Basically, I found one on Amazon, which was really, really cool, which I really liked. And then someone in the comments, thank you for that, by the way, posted that there was actually the same watch at JCar for even cheaper, which is awesome. JCar is Australian only, unfortunately. And unfortunately, though, that JCar watch was discontinued, so there's a newer watch. It doesn't look as good, in my opinion, as the one from Amazon, but each to their own, and it is a little bit cheaper. So guys, check that out if you do dig that sort of stuff. I think it's great for any guy to have instant video and audio recording on them at all times, because I really don't want shit to happen to any of you guys by way of false allegation, or, you know, I just want you to have leverage to prove your point, not attack anyone, not try and leverage yourself against anyone, but just to be able to basically defend yourself against lies that are more and more commonly being put against men. Also, if you want to check out my crypto links and donate, you can. There's also Patreon and PayPal. I've also put CoinSpot and Coinbase links. If any of you guys want to get into cryptocurrency, I think it's going to be very interesting seeing where cryptocurrency goes from here. And I've also put my other social media, like my Gab AI, Instagram, Twitter links down below. So if you want to donate, if you want to follow, even if you just want to support without doing anything else, you could my videos. Really appreciate all the support from you guys. I love seeing you all come in and chat in the videos every day, and I look forward to catching. I've got so many good topics to bring to you. Yes, guys, I am bringing the beard back. It is going to grow back. Just you know, can't it was getting a bit dry, so I thought, you know, I'll shave it, moisturize it, treat that, and then grow it back again. By the way, thank you so much to Daniel Corica for that generous $5 donation. And brother, I did see your donation in the chat yesterday. Thank you so much for that. Also, I didn't get a chance to show my appreciation for that. And as soon as I hit the end video button, I was like, damn. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Appreciate you all. Look forward to seeing you next time. Stay safe. Look after yourself. Respect yourself. And peace.